Hello and welcome to another weekly vlog. It is Tuesday, folks. Mum shopping day. This week is hair day. On Friday I'm back to the hairdressers to hopefully get this sorted out, get that bright orange back that I had. You can see how dry my hair is, so I'm a bit concerned that she's... Now, I haven't straightened it or anything. I've basically just, when I washed it, I just put it in a bunner, put it in a plait, so it does look a bit, you know, frizzy. My hair is naturally really frizzy. It's not curly and it's not straight, and I can't afford those products that make it a mix of the, you know, what it's supposed to be. I always think people with wavy hair that put those products on that make their hair have soft curls, their hair always looks like wet, like greasy. I know what I mean myself. What is all the sand coming from? The car is covered in sand. I'm convinced, I don't know if it's the weather, if it's the rain, or if it's you know, building works over there. Not sure, but I do know that my car desperately needs a wash, and every bloody car wash is shut. So nothing much to tell you. I'm not going to waffle all the way in. Going to my mum's today, don't know what we're doing. I'm going to pick up some little sweets. I'll tell you this story because it's sweet. I have a friend in Chester. I say friend. Yeah, to me, you can know someone online and consider them a friend. So it's someone that I've known on Facebook for a lot of years now. She also has fibro, so that's sort of how we connected. Her name is Dawn. She's a big rock and metal fan like myself, so we've got that in common. And she has 2 kids, and they are both somewhere on the spectrum. Her little boy's the same age as Isaac, her little girl's a little bit younger, and they're called Elise and Nathan. And they're such lovely kids, really lovely kids, really funny, just really genuinely nice, kind kids. So anyway, I put something up on Facebook recently about they should replace perfect attendance awards with kind kids awards, because showing up to school when you're unwell or your mental health's not great does not deserve recognition over something like a kid being kind, a kid helping a child that's being bullied, just kindness. And she said, Dawn, in response to my thing, said, I couldn't agree more. My Elise would be getting one of these. She told me the story. Her daughter, who's just, I would say she's maybe around the 11-ish age, one of her friends in a different class, her parents had been having like her mum, I think she's maybe a single mum, had been having financial difficulty. And now Dawn's family aren't particularly well off. She's a single parent as well, struggles to make ends meet. But the children there have something called a snack account, where they order things for their brick and the parent pays the money into the snack account. Now, Elise takes ADHD medication and it affects her appetite, and in the mornings she wasn't sure if she's going to be hungry at break time, but she ordered a snack anyway just in case. And when break time came, if she didn't feel hungry, what she'd been doing is keeping the snack. Now, her mum found this out completely accidentally. She didn't tell her mum. This little girl in a different classes, mum hadn't been able to afford to update her child's snack account. So Elise had been taking her snack and giving it to her friend, and she'd been sneaking cereal bars out of the house to give her friend so that she had something to eat at lunch. So this little girl wasn't going hungry, so she had something to eat, and it's such a sweet thing. Another time she missed her entire lunchtime because she was with a younger child that had fallen over and hurt themselves. So she was like comforting, it was a boy as well, she was comforting him. And I'm thinking, you know, and they get a lot of hassle at school because they have, you know, Elise has ADHD, Nathan also has issues. But at the core of things, they are such beautiful, kind, lovely children. Elise is very much into skulls, like her mum and like me. She likes sort of like that rock imagery. So I have this necklace. It's all just little different coloured skull beads. It's really cute. So I put that in a little fancy fancy box for her, and just a couple of little skull necklace. And I'm going to pick up some sweeties today for her and Nathan and send them over. I think it's really, really important that kids know the value of kindness, and you know how fantastic I think she is for being the child that she is. So I have to pick those up. The reason I'm telling you is because I have to pick those up today. But it just restores your faith, you know what I mean, in some parents and the job that they're doing with their kids. You know, when it's not about, you know, how much you have, it's not about having the latest things and going on the best holidays and getting the best grades. And you know, this woman is bringing up 2 kids on her own with really bad fibro, much worse than mine, and bringing up little kids with the challenges that they have as well, to be such wonderful human beings. And I think it's fabulous. I think it's fantastic. So just wanted to send her something to say, you rock, pretty much. So that's what we're doing today, picking up some sweets and getting that posted off. Just thought I'd give you a little feel-good story. It's not feel-good that child they're struggling so much financially that she has to do that, but it's just lovely to know that some kids think that way. So I'll stop waffling, guys. The only, like I say, happenings this week is more revision for Isaac, and I've got my hairdressers on Friday, so please God, it's gonna be the like, am I going to continue going to this hairdresser or not? Friday the decision will be made, and I'm waiting for her to say to me, look, the condition of your hair is too dry for me to strip it back again. But my viewpoint is she's the one that fucking darkened it by, you know, I'm assuming she did it by accident because she hadn't written down in my card, you know, what she'd done that time, and she reverted back to the old colour that I'd been having in my hair for months and months and months. She just reverted back to that, dyeing over my lighter coloured hair that I loved. So if she says she's not going to do it, I am not going to be happy, put it that way. We shall see. She will lose a client for absolute sure if that's what she says. I've paid for half of it, is the only reason I'm actually going back, because you have to pay for half of it when you secure the appointment. So, you know, I don't know what would happen with that money, and I don't want to lose it. So we shall see. I'll switch off now, guys. I'll switch on next time if anything of any interest to tell you. Hello. We're happy. We've got ginger hair again, folks. We're happy. This is the colour we wanted to keep. What time is it? To let you know how long I've been sat in there. It's 4:15. My appointment started at 12:30. She was sort of hopping between. She's cut it a bit because it needed it. She did the foils to lighten it. She did then the roots all over. Then she did the ends in this brighter colour. And just driving. I've got my hair colour back, so I'm dead happy about that. Oh, always feels so much better with brighter. Oh, there's a lovely husky dog, gorgeous dog. You can't see it. No, I tried to switch my thing on so that you could see it, but I didn't switch it on enough, or I didn't switch it on quick enough. Right, I hate these fucking things. Somebody thinks they're LL Cool J or some shit. What the fuck? Well, that's closer. Well, you get a good look at my hair colour, don't you? Right, I have to go collect a prescription, and I need to wash the car, but the only places that are open to wash the car is places that wash the car for you, which makes me feel intensely uncomfortable. I don't know why, it just does. I feel like, I don't know, it's expensive as well. And I mean, if I can take the car through a bloody car wash, or if I can have a jet wash for £3, why am I paying you fucking 10 or 15? You know what I mean? It in, I've had my major expenditure of the 3 months having my hair done, which costs more than I'd like to admit. Now that you've seen that I'm happy, that my gingerness has, she came to the basin and she went, "Oh yes, that's orange." And I said, "Yay!" And she said, "Only you would say that when I said your hair's orange." She's, "You're one of the few clients that would have that reaction to me saying that to them." So now that everything's well with the world and my hair is again orange, I shall switch off I'm just concentrating, guys, this is just a arse of a roundabout. I'll switch this off and go collect my prescription. I haven't had my amitriptyline for 3 days. My amitriptyline is what I use to help me sleep, so you can imagine I haven't slept very well for the past 3 days. So I'm going to get that now, and I shall check in with you guys maybe tomorrow. I just thought you could see the town of, oh, how's that ice cream van going to get around there? Fucking hell. Why is that white car parked where he is? The joys of Ballymena on a Friday at 4:20. Just thought you could, oh, this traffic. That chemist, I'm never going to get parked out. What is this white car doing? You know what, I'm going to park at my mum's and walk up to the chemist, because I don't think I'm going to actually be able, there's too much traffic. No, fuck that, I'm going to go on the footpath to get around the corner. It is Saturday. Isaac has gone to Ballycastle with Daniel's family, Daniel and Callum. There is apparently a maritime festival on. Ballycastle is the part of Northern Ireland that connects with an island called Rathlin. And Rathlin and Ballycastle are like, Rathlin's where all the puffins are. It's like an island off the north coast. So they're having like events in Rathlin Island today and in Ballycastle. So they've gone up to Ballycastle. No idea what they're going to be doing. It's a day out for them. I think Daniel's family like to get, oh, there's a bright sun, like to get him away from the gaming for a while because it's all he does. So we're going to get this car washed, hopefully, because I've looked into trying to find a bloody car wash that isn't those ones that you go in that wash. I'm not paying. The cheapest I've heard is £10. The one, you know, the one across from my hairdressers, they all use that and it's 15. It will be more expensive than the old one we used, but I just need to get this car clean because it is doing my nutting. We've got the fence spikes, but they're going to be so hard to fit because it's to have to like bend them, and there's so many screw holes. It's going to be an absolute flipping nightmare, but we'll get it done at some stage soon, because them flipping cats in the garden are doing my head in. Every morning they're there, and like multiple times through the day you go out and they're there and they're hunting the birds. They sit, we've got like on the edge of our house a starling nest. It's full of baby birds, and you see the mother, father, I'm not sure what one, going back with the stuff to feed them. And we've got loads of like trees, small bushy trees out the back of our fence, so a lot of baby birds live in there. Right. And these cats just sit waiting and it's like, it's doing my head in. Along with the fact that the dogs keep running at them, and one of the dogs, Dobby would have to gum them to death because she doesn't have enough teeth. And I would say the cats are bigger than Molly and obviously Dobby. So I think if there were to be a tussle, if the dogs were able to catch one, I think they would come off worse, you know, getting their eye gouged or something. So we just have to try everything that we can to keep them out of the garden. I find it really aggravating that we have to spend the money to keep other people's pets out of our garden. I was reading online last night, and there was this woman that has 3 or 4 dogs and her neighbour has 3 or 4 cats. And she had a discussion with her neighbour and said, look, your cats keep coming into my garden, and the problem is there's been so many close calls. One of these days, one of my dogs is going to catch them. You know, is there some way you can, you know, stop them coming in the garden? And, well, they'd had the discussion anyway, and the cat got into the garden. The dogs caught the cat. Now the owners of the dogs managed to get the dogs off the cat, and the cat wasn't killed, but it had to have an operation. And the owner of the dogs, now I'll be honest, I wouldn't have done this. The owner of the dog says that she was trying to keep the peace with her neighbour. I'll pay for the cat's vet bill. Now at the minute it has reached £1,500. I think it was dollars actually, I think it was America. And she'd said, everybody in the comments was saying, why have you offered to pay for... What happened then?
The biker suddenly decided without...
Did he swerve?
Yeah, he swerved right in the middle of the road without giving an
I'll tell you what it is, there's a pothole there.
Yeah, well, he should give bloody notice he's going to do that when those cars are overtaking him.
He's going to get hit. There's a cyclist on the road. I use the word cyclist very loosely.
Idiot on a bike.
This is like a narrow country road with just enough room on each side for one car. And there was a grating on the road, and he had two cars right close behind him ready to overtake him, and he decided to swerve right in front just as the car was about to overtake him. Thankfully the guy had quick enough reflexes to stop, but fucking idiot, honestly. I was reading something the other day on Facebook that made me laugh. It was about farmers getting really frustrated by cyclists on the road, and I thought, well, it's good to know that someone frustrates farmers as much as farmers frustrate me. Because apparently cyclists don't like to move out of the way for tractors. I didn't know this, but tractors are like, look, I can't help it. My thing's the size that takes up the whole rows. Can you please move to the side or pull over when I have to get past? Or would you like the bill for blah, 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 X, Y, and Z? And it's like, Jesus, I thought farmers with tractors were one of the most annoying things on the roads, but apparently no, cyclists are. This time of year brings them both out in equal measure. So I'll switch off because I'm just talking rubbish now. I'll let you know if I get a little plant. Darren bought me it's a little Groot plant, like a little small plant pot thing, and it's just the right size for a cactus. If I get a plant for it, the plant will die, because little plants die, they just don't stay alive. So I think a cactus is the best plan, so I'm going to Dobby's to get a cactus because they've got like a massive selection. I can't see, can I? I know he's quite far away, but I daren't. So yeah, I'll check in and let you know if I manage to get the car washed, get a lasagna, and get a cactus for my pot. I'll speak to you later. We're in the car wash.
If you take the keys out, they're coming automatic.
The car is getting cleaned, is it? Should it leave out like that and then they get cleaned?
I might put my ass out and get it cleaned.
We just waited half an hour in a queue. I am determined I'm not going home. You know what's going to happen? We're going to get a load of dust up the motorway on the way home and get home with a dirty car. But we are in the car wash, people.
Like some out of Doctor Who.
Hello people, it is Sunday. It's pissing it down. I think the last time I recorded was yesterday when we were in the car wash. Well, what do you mean? You weren't here, you were away. So yesterday we went in that car wash, which was the last time you saw me. And when we come out, I took photographs. I'll try and find where I've put them on the computer and I will put them in. There was bird crap still on the bonnet. The window was still covered in dead flies. There, but you know, like the little grooves along the side of your car, there was still lumps of bird dirt in it.
Sand on back window.
Back window had all like run down, all dirty. When we drove away, there was three options. There was the cheapest one, the middle one, and the expensive one. £5, £6 and £7. Of course, you can guess which one Darren chose. He chose the £5 one, and it didn't even rinse the car properly. When we drove away, there were suds running down the window. It hadn't rinsed it properly. Now it was a £5, you'll say that's cheap, but the old car wash was £3 and it never left any dirt in the car.
£2 for most of the time,
but
it included bloody wax and everything.
Aside from that, the upshot of that is that Darren says, right, and we went back and got a refund, and then, right, something's in the back seat in the middle.
Back seat middle, right?
Oh, unplug that seatbelt.
Unplug the seatbelt, Isaac, the dog seatbelt.
Dog seatbelt.
Still.
There's another one.
Yeah, it's unplugged.
Is there something heavy on the back seat in the middle that you can put on the ground?
Nope. Everything is in the air
Right,
now.
is your seatbelt in right, Isaac?
Is your seatbelt in the wrong?
Yep, it's in right.
Is it in the right one?
Yep.
God, right, this is going to do this the whole way in. Isaac, you need to figure out what's going on.
Nothing is going on. Look, see? Everything's normal. I'll even plug this seatbelt in. Oh,
Right.
it's fixed.
Now what happened?
I plugged a random seatbelt in.
You plug the what?
A random seatbelt in.
So, we took it to jet wash, as in one that you do yourself, cleaned it, no problem, absolutely fine. So it wasn't like it was ingrained on. If me can get it off with my super strength, that's sarcasm in case you don't pick it up. Obviously,
You'd have washed it better if I'd have pissed on it.
so you didn't have to lower the tone, really. So anyway, but aside from that, you've no idea how badly I've wanted this car washed for weeks, no, months. And every time we go to get it washed, the car wash is broken down, the car wash is shut in, there's something wrong. So we went all the way to Antrim. I went up to Dobby's to get a plant for my plant pot that Darren got me. And I thought, right, car wash. So we did that. So I was not in the best of moods, you can imagine. Thinking I'd got it washed finally, and then that. But when Darren looked, there's scratches on this bonnet. Now, obviously he thought that it had come from the car wash. I don't think it did, because they've got it, it's even a big sign, super soft bristles, so there's no scratches, whatever. Now, neither of us noticed them before, but in saying that, neither of us were looking for them. We were actually looking at the bonnet because the car was so dirty. We were looking to see where it had lifted stuff off. There's all these scratches on the car bonnet, but they're not scratches that's been done by a person. They're too fine. I think they're cat scratches. So you can imagine how irritated I am. You heard me moaning this week about what the cats are doing to our garden. Now they're scratching our car. And what are you meant to physically do? Because everything online says you can't prevent cats from roaming. You can't insist owners contain their cats because...
Put the cat spikes on the car.
Put the cat spikes on the car. So we're supposed to just be happy allowing our car to be scratched by a cat that wants to sit on the bonnet. I literally don't know what to do. It just feels like we're having to constantly spend money to do things to prevent someone else's pets from damaging our property, and it's
Those cats are mad.
really annoying me. Yeah, they've marked our garden as their property. Like, I read that, I thought cats just did that scratching thing on wood just to sharpen their claws or whatever, but apparently they do it to mark out their territory so that they consistently return to the same areas. Our flipping garden. They spend more time in our garden than they do in their own. I think that's...
Theirs because their dogs out all day long.
Yeah, they've got 2 dogs. What are they called? The ones with the wrinkly faces, Shar-Peis. And I didn't actually think they had dogs for a long time because I've never seen them. As a matter of fact, I still haven't seen them. They don't walk them, and Darren said when there's no one in the house, they lock the dogs in the garden all day. No shelter or anything. Can we just not get neighbours that are nice people, that are nice, normal people, that aren't going to be a pain in our arse?
Have we ever had
Conscientious
that?
would do.
Huh?
Have we ever had that?
I said, well, the only time we've had bad neighbours was the last one, and the time before that, or this one. Well, no, that's not true. They're not bad neighbours.
You mean the batch?
Yeah, her. I'm just not happy that... It's like, yeah, I'm an animal lover. I don't dislike cats, but I'm really annoyed that they keep destroying our property, and it's getting as far now as that they're putting scratches all over our car.
All the landlord.
That's expensive. What are you supposed to... But that's the thing, is that there's no law. You cannot prevent cats from roaming. Dogs are considered owned. Cats, even if they have an owner, are not considered owned. So although you can hold an owner liable for destruction caused by a dog, the same does not apply for cats, and I don't see how that is fair. So we're getting all of our wood destroyed. Anything that's wood in the garden is destroyed. they're crushing all the plants I buy, they're shitting all over the place, and they're waiting to kill birds. They're risking a fight between my dogs and them because they will not get out of the garden, and now they're scratching the car. What the hell are you meant to do? It's really fucking aggravating.
Paintball gun with water pellets.
Yeah, but then you have to see it to shoot. I shoot a water pistol at it because that's what they say, you know, it doesn't hurt them, but they don't like it.
Higher a body gun.
So I've been shooting a water pistol. I've never managed to hit one of them with it, like, but squirted it in their general direction. I'm just aggravated. I just want something that makes that, you know, like people have said, get lemongrass, get lavender. We've got lavender. I couldn't find lemongrass at the garden centre yesterday. Apparently, if you put smells cats don't like, I've tried that. It doesn't work.
Cucumber.
Yeah, they don't. We can't line cucumbers all around the garden, Isaac.
Yes, we can.
Just wrong,
Start growing cucumbers.
So I don't know what to do. I mean, the car bonnet now, all scratched. And you know, you daren't say anything because you risk starting a feud with a neighbour again. So you just have to sit there, keep your mouth shut. I've spent a fortune on these things to go on the fence, which we still haven't got up yet. I've put some on the area where the cats have ruined the whole fence post by scratching it. And I don't mean just scratches, they've lifted all the wood out and it's just horrible. They did the same thing to my parents' fence, their next door neighbour's cats. So I've covered that, but I'm not strong enough to do the top, but you have to bend them in such a way my fingers are nowhere near strong enough. But I spent money doing that, and now I'm going to have to get something that I can put there. I'm sure there's something that you can put on the bonnet of your car to prevent cats from, I mean, it's bound to be. So I have to look into that now.
Dead cats.
Annoyed dead cats. You'll be enamoring yourself to old cat lovers watching
Like
this.
a medieval warning.
It's really annoying though. I'm sure even if you love cats, you have to admit, if you were having your car ruined, your garden ruined, shit everywhere, every plant you planted crushed, you'd be aggravated even if you do love cats. Oh,
Higher a body gun.
there looked to be a sheep or a goat in a really weird position there, but I couldn't see it properly, like it had fallen down a hill on its head or something. I don't know if I've seen it right.
It's busy junction, something else is here.
So we're on our way into my mum's as usual. It's Sunday. Other than cats aggravating me and car washes that don't work, there's nothing else to tell you. Isaac went to Ballycastle yesterday with Daniel's parents and Callum. Callum is in Isaac's class. They're good friends. They're cousins, Daniel and Callum. So he had a nice day. Tomorrow we're taking them into, I must send a text to Callum's mum, into game in town. Me and Darren will busy ourselves doing something else. I'll try to avoid Costa. The calories for like one meal and one drink is ridiculous, although I have lost weight this week.
It's alright, I like how you guide you away from it easy.
How are you going to guide me away from that?
Cost a fortune.
No, but that's you. You're the tight one out of the two of us.
Not physically, like when it's too tight.
Well, I can understand that if he was the one bloody paying for it, Isaac, but he ain't. He's tight with my money. He's tight with everybody's money. Car washed, didn't he wash the bloody car?
Alright, lucky I got a refund.
Yeah, well, that's true. Half hour we waited to get in that car wash, and I washed it in 2.5 minutes, and it was gleaming. 2.5 minutes for
Right next
£2.50.
door to the car wash.
How do you know if you did it?
Because there's a timer. It's like you put the money in and it gives you a certain amount of time. So I managed to cover it with the shampoo, get the brush, give it a good clean all over, rinse it and use that finishing doodah on it in 2.5 minutes. There you are. Right, I'm gonna go. It's next week coming up. He's off tomorrow because it's bank holiday Monday. Exams start on Thursday. Are we prepared? Probably not, but not through want of trying. You know, it's just so much work for them. I'm not going to get on about it again because I'll be here all day. So I shall check in with you guys next week. Yes, I'm still very happy I've got orange hair, so you'll not hear me moaning about my hair this month. I'm not back until Isaac's at Red Rose in Lancashire when I'm back on a scout trip. So I go back just before, it's the 9th of August I go back. So he gets back on the next day, I think, actually. I go to the hairdresser the day before he comes back. So I shall check in with you guys next week. Thank you for watching.